etc. And since then, she has built, bought, and sold multiple companies, coached hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs, and is currently the CEO and founder of one of the top digital marketing agencies in the HVAC industry, CI Web Group. CI Web Group leads the marketing efforts for hundreds of home service contractors, leveraging a team of over 100 full-time resources internationally. Jennifer can help you become a high achiever and get results faster. So without further ado, let me introduce Jennifer Bagley. Good.
Good morning. I'm going to come up here
How are
for
you?
just a second. Thank you so much, Dominic. How you guys doing?
Good.
Fantastic. Can I come down with you?
Sure.
I'm going to be able to see you. You know, the older I get, my eyesight goes bad. I do need a clicker. Thank you. How's everybody doing? This is a fantastic conference, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys learning a lot? Your head going thump, thump, thump? Yes? It's okay. Bars later. How do I work the clicker? Next. You guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about how to make progress. Do you think that's important?
Yep.
Do you think that's important?
Yes.
Absolutely. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Just a little. This is our lifestyle. On the left, top, my husband and I. My husband is here in the back somewhere. There he is, right there. Say hi, Mike. The RV on the left-hand side is how we get around to national events. We've traveled all over from Seattle to California up to New Jersey. He drove that thing through New York City. I don't know if, yeah. Mike. I don't know if you've ever seen the signs in New York City that say low bridge ahead. We're driving down the highway. We see the sign. We see a man on the left-hand side hanging out of his window to the right going, no. I look forward, I see a bridge like this. I was like, babe, get in the middle. Get in the middle. He moves into the middle. We're fine, we're safe, we live. However, on the lower left-hand side, we live on the water. We live in Seattle, Washington, 4 months a year. The 2 boats. And then the rest of the time we spend traveling to amazing events like this. This lifestyle was by what? Design, 100% by design. So this is what we enjoy doing, is being able to meet with people like you and help them put the right systems and processes, thinking, behaviors, and beliefs in place in order to make progress. I love women. You guys listen, you multitask, you guys should bring more of them. I do this for a reason. My wife. This is our son, his girlfriend, our other adopted son, my mom, and my dad. This year, I think we've taken 11 vacations. We've been to Spain, Rock of Gibraltar, the Bahamas, Hawaii, Africa, Morocco, all because it's a lifestyle by design. I am an entrepreneur. I love it when I have people, they'll come over and they'll come hang out on the boat, drop the fishing pole in, and they'll sit there for a couple minutes and they're like, dang, Jen, this must be nice. They'll jump in the RV on a road trip, come over to the beach, hang out for a little bit, we'll light up a fire, and they'll sit down and they'll go, geez, Jen, this must be nice. How nice is it being an entrepreneur? Are you guys entrepreneurs? Raise your hand if you are. Did anybody give you any seed funding? Did Angel fly in to take care of the business startup? Neither did mine. So when someone says, Jen, it must be nice, what they missed was mortgaging my house, loading all of my credit cards, maxing them to the absolute max, applying for 8 credit cards on the same day just to get them approved in the beginning. They missed that I slept in an office with my son for a year because I was a single mom in Texas with no friends or family close. They missed the blood, the sweat, the tears, the equity that's put in to get where I am today. So I'll tell you, no one in here has a greater appreciation for you guys and what it means to be an entrepreneur. In my world, it's not something to play with. In my world, I don't mess with entrepreneurs' businesses. They have to have the best advice you can possibly give them. We have to try and make sure entrepreneurs can skip as many of the road bumps as possible. As many as possible. Because the process is not going to be easy. I remember sitting down with my mom. I was making 6 figures in corporate, 26 years old, stock options out the wazoo, doing great, like a kid in a candy store in Texas because the houses were so cheap. I'm like, I'll take 2 and a boat. I'll take an Infinity QX56 too. However, as we progress in business, if we don't pause, if we don't stop, if we don't figure out our why, if we don't define or have clarity as to what we want to do, our decisions won't line up. If we ask the wrong people for the right information, what happens? We're not trained to ask the right people the right information. Our parents didn't grow up and say, look, don't ask your Uncle Harry about relationships. He's been divorced 8 times. And please don't ask Aunt Marge about money. She's broke. Right? We didn't get told who to ask for information to. We didn't get told if you hire a marketing agency, if they can't build their own business. You guys ever get a cold call from a marketing agency? Isn't that an oxymoron? Huh? The guy was like, you know what I mean? Like, did you just cold call me? No. Did you just tell me you saved me a place on page 1 of Google? Or you kind of said you are Google? Google doesn't have an outbound call center. Or not only did you save me a place, but you cold called me to get my business and you want to help me grow my business organically? Shouldn't that mean I should find you? It's just an oxymoron. By the way, if anybody says they're from Google and they're calling you, that is not true. Write that off on the false. All right, so, as an entrepreneur, would you agree with these statements? Are you the responsible party? Is your livelihood on the line? Legally? Credit? Financial? Family? Are you a trendsetter? Would you like to be? Would you like to be? Fantastic. Are you a risk taker? Absolutely, and you trust yourself immensely, which I love, I admire that. No one should mess with that. Are you a motivator? Dictator or motivator? Sometimes you have to be both. Be real. Okay? Are you the investor? I get a big nod for that one, don't I? No one on your team will understand what that's like. Can't ever expect them to. Are you the creator? The leader? Yes? Are you the guide? Is it the truth? And what are the lies? What are the things we tell ourselves that we believe are the truth, but in reality, they're not like gravity, they're just the truth to us. Just your truth, not the real truth. Why'd you do it? Why'd you become an entrepreneur? You want more what? 3 things. Time, money, and freedom? Raise your hand if that's it. I know they said this earlier, that's okay, they've been attending my trainings, they've been my staff. How about this? So I heard they already asked you this question, so I added to it. Being an entrepreneur, it's not just about money, time, and freedom. It is about what do you want to have? What do you want to share? What do you want to experience? And most importantly, who do you want to become? What does that story look like? When your kids tell their kids and their kids tell their kids a story about you, what does that story sound like? Is that important? Is it important? That's your legacy. For those of you that are not on Facebook, just a little side note. Forget about it for business. It's not just for that. It is for your children's children's children. It is so somebody has some kind of history to be able to say who their grandparents and great-grandparents were. So if you don't do it for business, at least do it for them. That story can be for them. All right. In order for this all to work, we have to be more strategic in the way that we think. We have to be more pragmatic. We have to be more logical. We have to be more strategic. The less strategic we are, the more haphazardly we live, the less our lives and businesses will be by design. Every single thing I say yes to, every single thing I say no to, has a reason. Which means I take enough time to be able to see the sequence. How does it impact everything else? My background is supply chain management. I own a marketing agency. I get to listen to all of their garbage stories when they're trying to come in and get hired. What I really like is to listen to a group of soccer moms tell me how they buy. To me, that's strategic thinking versus all the charts and graphs and everything else. Let's do a little strategic thinking exercise. When you guys need something, what do? Forget about the business. For your home, what do? Raise your hand if you Google it. Raise your hand and look around. That doesn't mean you put your hand down and then look. Okay? Raise your hand if you Google it if you need something. Look around, put your hand still up. That's fair. How many of you skip the ads? Raise your hand and look around. Keep them up and look around, because the first thing you ask an agency is, how do I get in that spot? That's an ad. As a consumer, I would click the ads. As an entrepreneur, I want to spend my money on pay-per-click. Is that strategic thinking? That's as illogical as somebody calling me from Google and saying they saved me a front page spot. Like I can buy it. How many of you click on the maps? Raise your hand. I'm going to get 50%. How many of you click on the first page results on the very front page of Google? Underneath the maps. Raise your hands high, look around. Okay? I thought about this lane, writing out a piece of paper and then pulling it out and saying 100% are going to say they Google it, 100% are going to say they skip the ads, 50% are going to show that they click the maps, and everybody's going to say they click on the first 10 results on the first page of Google. How many of you go to page 2? I have like 8. Okay? This is strategic thinking. You have to know how consumers search. Not everything you hear is legit. All right. What I do know is, whatever you think, whatever you know, and whatever you do right now has you right where you currently are. Is everyone 100% satisfied with where they are? Who would like to change? Have more, do more, be more, become more. Okay? Can we stay in the same thing, do the same thing, think the same way, and get a different result tomorrow? No, it's not logical. If it's illogical, it's not strategic thinking. You cannot do the same thing year over year over year and expect a different result. You cannot have the exact same thing. In addition to that, you cannot keep bouncing around and starting over. You've got to build the infrastructure, a foundation, something solid, something permanent, and you've got to build on top of it. Instead of seeing a next shiny object. I wore my butterfly because most entrepreneurs have what? What is it? Wings? Okay, I like that. That's positive. What are most entrepreneurs a little scattered? What does it mean? They have what? A little flaky? They like shiny things, also known as ADD. I wore my butterfly so I don't get distracted because I'll forget we even have a PowerPoint. And I'll create 5 businesses before I leave here today, which I have to make myself not do. So strategic thinking, everything that we are, everything that we say, everything that we do, every action we take, it cannot stay the same and make progress. It can't, it's a mathematical equation. It does not work. I'll give you an example of strategic thinking. This program is a program we invented and implement for thousands of companies, and we measure all of the mathematical equations that are related to it. The beauty about business is it's a mathematical game. Most of it is becoming rich, that's a science. Wealthy, that's a choice. If you have a website and you hired a triple F, friends, family, fools, free, fast, felons, I don't know, it doesn't look good. And you get it on page 1 of Google, do you win or lose? Lose. You guys tell me if you find something on page 1 of Google and you don't know what it does. You can't tell who they serve, where they are, the website looks a little shady. What do you do as a consumer? Next, okay? Let's say you have a good-looking website, you're on page 1 of Google, but your reviews are not there. It's trash mentioned. Your reviews are not there. They look bad. What do? Do you win or lose? Lose. Because as a business owner, consumers are out. Let's say you're on page 1 of Google, your reviews look all right. Your website looks pretty good, but last time you posted on your social media account was 2014. Do you win or lose? Why? What do you think your business is? Closed. Right? That's a long time. All right, you get my drift. Same old thinking, same old actions, same old results. New thinking, new action, new results. This starts with who you listen to. In my world, my mentors, I can name them. In fact, not just name them, but I sought out to hire the best strategic coach I could possibly hire. His name is Tony Jerry. He's a coach to the top 500 CEOs in the world. He's expensive. It's probably why I was living in an office. He has a program called Strategic Acceleration, which essentially helps entrepreneurs get results faster through having clarity, being able to focus, and being able to execute consistency to win. Without clarity, you cannot focus. Without focus, you cannot execute. You don't execute, you will not what? Win. I have another mentor, a group I hired called Capacity Company. Capacity Company, the first time I sat down, Lars and Andre, they're from South Africa, the first time I sat down in the class, they had a pitcher of water. I don't want to mess up the floors here. But they had a pitcher of water, they had a shot glass, they had a coffee cup, they had a regular glass, and another giant carafe. And they started pouring this water inside this glass. Not gonna do it. It'll be nice today. If I start pouring in that glass, what's gonna happen? It's gonna overflow. We all have a specific size glass or cup. That's our personal capacity. Our capacity to learn, our capacity to change, our capacity to absorb information. That's what we have. We have to identify when we walked in this room, did we come with a full glass or was it empty? Am I ready to learn? Or do I think I already know? Which one serves you better? You gotta empty your glass. You gotta come to this training, you gotta come to every workshop you go through. When you sit down and bring them, you sit down with Dennis, you sit down with Dominique, you sit down with Ben. You gotta empty your glass in order to be able to put more information in there. Now you can dissect what you believe is priority versus not priority. You can't do everything all at once. But you gotta empty your glass as much as possible. And we always have to be working on modifying our level, our capacity, our ability to learn and grow, our ability to use technology, get comfortable being uncomfortable as fast as possible. I'm an introvert. I don't know if anybody saw me at that little party we had the other night, but I'm in the corner with Lisa, like having a nervous breakdown. God, can I get over there to those little round things that were so good without having to talk to anybody? I'm like this. I wear tennis shoes so I can get around faster, so I can go like this. Thank God for all of you that came over to our table and talked to me, because I would never walk over and just start shaking hands. That just made me flush. My husband knows we go to a party, I hide. Whew, this takes a lot. I have worked on this for years. I have had to modify the making of being I believe I was born scared of people. And I've had to change it. Year over year over year, which means I had to have a coach sit in the back of the room. I remember my dad sitting in the back of the room at speaking events, and every time I would cuss or say or something, he'd be like, and I would, he'd just, I'm gonna freak out and pass out right now. I know these people, my parents are in the back, right? mentor to check you. It doesn't feel good to get coached. It doesn't. I remember sitting down in Tony Jerry's office, and I sat down, and I was so excited. I'm like, look, I got an office now. I actually have a place to live, a little bed. I'm back in the house. And I was like, my business is growing. It's doubling year over year over year. And I'm like, year 3, growth, doubled my numbers year over year. And he was like, awesome, let's look over your books. We got in there, and he was like, oh, so cool, man. You totally are not actually making any more money. In fact, your paycheck looks identical, and the same amount you have in expenses compared to the same amount you have in profit, you're just like this. I just want to be stressed. I just want to be stressed. I want to have more clients and make the same amount of money. I want to be stressed. What the hell? I was like, damn, I don't even like seeing you. I was happy. I had to leave his office. And I had to come back and sit down and go, I'm sorry. That's bad behavior. I was so excited to come there. It is so expensive to get put down. So, be careful who you ask. You have to find people who can challenge your belief window. You have to find people who are way further than you want to be. Way further. Because everybody's trying to put stuff in your ears, in your mind. They're trying to wire you, program you. In fact, if you don't attempt to be programmed, you will be programmed. How? From who? Everyone. The news. Your parents. Your family. The church. Everyone is trying to wire you. I had interesting parents. They were very successful entrepreneurs. We didn't start out successful. It was a little rough. But we got there. What I love about what they did is they taught me how to think, not what to think. I love the fact that when it came to anything, religion, politics, business, I never knew if they were a Republican or a Democrat. I had no idea. Because they never would allow what they believed to become my belief. What they did is make me do the research. To this day, the last election, they sat our kids in their room. We couldn't be there, we were traveling, but we participated via video. And they sat them in there and they made them study every single one of the people and what they were proposing. And they made them debate and have a conversation. I love that. You have to know that when something happens in the news or in the media, or someone's trying to tell you something, or someone's trying to scare you, they're trying to program you, unconsciously or not. You have to decide everything you allow in your head, whether it's serving you well and helping you get closer to where you want to be, or if you should delete it. You have to decide. Fair? I paid for good mentors. I did. And it's worth everything. When something bad happens, which you know well, I love my mom. When I started this company, I was like, whew. When Dominic said I was thrown out of corporate, oh, absolutely. I was an all-ease employee. You know what all-ease means? Exceeds expectations. I was proud. But this little entrepreneur thing had me starting companies on the side. And then one day I made the wrong move, and I brought on one of my employees that worked for me at corporate. Ooh, oops, I was 22. Okay, that process is a good learning experience. Being able to determine who should be helping you uncover your belief window, who should be helping you see through what you already think is truth. Because it's not always the same on the other side. Fair? All right, what are you tied to? Changing yourself, the only way people change is 2 ways. A, you gotta know you want to. You have to know something's gotta change, something's gotta give. If I wanna get a different result, I've gotta change how I think, who I am, what I do, and so forth. Right now, every one of us is tied to something. There are anchors that are rooted so deep. They're literally in the bottom of the ocean. You know how a boat moves in the ocean, right? If you have an anchor in the bottom of the ocean, the boat moves like this. A lot of times people feel like they're changing, but they're still rooted with the same anchor in the same place. You know what that's called? Rocking chair syndrome. Have you ever tried to get somewhere in a rocking chair? You just had that visual. Always moving, never going anywhere. We have to figure out, and we gotta know, what are we rooted to? What is causing us to have this fear, anxiety? What are we thinking? And how do we unplant it and plant it to something new and healthy, something that's gonna help us move forward, make progress? Do the right things. Not be attached to the wrong things. I'll give you a good example. Gentleman came in, his wife built this website. She put so much pride and energy into it. They were rooted to her project. What they were missing was not having the right website. It wasn't that they got it done for free. It was that amount of business that they lost having a website that will never be on page 1 of Google for the services they want to sell in the cities they want to sell it, which is where you guys as consumers said you look. That wiring can hurt them. Bad. All right. How much time do we have in a week? 168 hours. You guys need to shower, sleep. Hopefully we're sleeping around 56 hours a week. Hopefully. We have maintenance, hygiene, another 12. That means every single week you have 100 hours to mess with, personally and professionally. That's not a lot of time, is it? Not for an entrepreneur. That goes by fast. We've got to figure out, with that 100 hours that's being split in between your life and your business, how are we using that time? How much of that time are we spending doing? How much of that time are we spending thinking, but not doing nothing? You've met people that talk a lot, right? But truly do nothing? Nope. You've met people that do so much, but you're like, what are you doing? Do you ever think this balance with that 100 hours matters? How much time am I spending thinking? How much time am I spending doing? And does that balance progress me forward? How much time am I being spent, or how much time is being spent on things that are not urgent, not important? It's a friend that has a 911 an emergency and calls you, and they make their urgency, what's important to them, now top of your list. Can you say no to that? He's like, yep, all day. I'm good. Oops, sorry. Fix your flat yourself. I like your style. Call AAA, that's what it's for. All right? Not urgent, not important. I don't want to be in that quadrant. How many of you are spending time in urgent but not important? You know what that quadrant is? It's all the things you should have taken care of but you didn't. If it's urgent and important, something broke. It's because we didn't live in the quadrant on the left. It's not urgent, but it's important. I have to stay in this quadrant. I have people who I report to. Lisa is one of them. Or if I function in not urgent, but important, that means I don't get a reminder email from Lisa. I have to live in that area. I don't like the reminder emails. I want to get it done on time. I'm constantly working on that. It's a work in progress. But I want to live in that. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of all the maintenance things. And those maintenance things in your business are you looking at your books? Are you reviewing your reporting? Did you let your accountant say, no, I can't do QuickBooks online? Let's do offline. No. I need full-time access. I need to be anywhere and see what's happening with the financials in my company. Am I allowing somebody to own and monitor and work on a website and I'm not paying attention to where I rank for the services I want to sell? Tell me this, would you guys like to sell AC service, AC installation, AC replacement, AC maintenance, AC tune-up? How about air conditioner installation, air conditioner replacement, air conditioner tune-ups and maintenance and financing? How about high efficiency air conditioner system installation? Yes? Where do you rank? If every single room, every audience across the entire, it doesn't matter if I'm in Dubuque, Iowa, Ontario, Canada, Ontario, California, or Orlando, Florida, every audience says they buy the same way. Are you paying attention to? That's maintenance mode. Am I an option for the services I want to sell in the cities I want to sell it? And then, oh, by the way, do I look the best when they get there? That's your entire business. That's you playing the game. You playing the game is, What do I want to sell? Where do I want to sell it? Am I an option where people are looking, and do I look good when they get there? That's it. Marketing is easy. All this overcomplicated stuff, it's actually pretty simple. All right. If you have a pen and paper, or want to take a picture, this is my creed. This is my promise. And it works. If you can put it somewhere and read it all the time, I promise, say it with me, I promise to protect and leverage. Let's try again. I promise to protect and leverage my time, my money, my relationships, my resources, and technology. I promise to protect and leverage. That means do not squander and make sure you maximize what you can. Do not squander. Protect and leverage. This matters in today's world. This matters in today's environment. All right. The reason it does is because we live in a really fast-paced environment. How many of you love email? Look, my heart started beating fast. I hate email. I have 66,000 unread emails. I hate it. I'm immediately overwhelmed when I open it. I only have a couple boxes I can pay attention to. If you're not in that folder, I need a text that told me and sent me an email what the subject is so I can find it. That's real. And then you throw in, you're like, oh, Facebook messages. I gotta check those. LinkedIn messages. I gotta check those. Tweet? I literally stand in front of a group and I was speaking and I was talking about some tweet, teaching people how to tweet, and that no, as a business owner, that's not important right now. If you're not on page one of Google for the services you want to sell in the cities you want to sell them, why are you tweeting? You twit. So when I did that, I had a guy that was speaking after me, and I went and sat down after it, and he was like, I'm so glad Jen doesn't use Twitter. You know why? She's got 154,000 followers. She doesn't even know it. In fact, there was at least a dozen of you in the room that asked her about pricing on what she does. I answered for you. This is another marketing agency. Right after me, I'm like, give me a chair. I'm not paying attention to my Twitter. I'm overwhelmed. I get it. We have to prioritize. Life is fast. Communication is fast. The speed of everything is fast. The way we communicate, you have so many places to get information. And the reality is you don't have a choice as a business owner. Let me give you some stats. How many of you love email? You would prefer email over a phone call? Raise your hand and look around. Raise them high, because people need to see it. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you don't have to. How many of you would prefer a phone call over a text message? Raise your hand high and look around. Okay? How many of you would prefer a text message over a phone call? Raise your hand and look around. How many of you phone call people think all these texters are rude and personal? How many of you prefer chat when you go to a website? Raise your hand and look around. Chat, where you can talk to a robot real fast. Raise your hand. Raise your hand and look around. Here's the reality. No matter what your personal preference is, would you like to eliminate a half, a quarter, a third of anyone in this room as a potential customer? You're like, screw them, if they like text, I'm out. You're just rocking? Okay. You have to have that availability for everyone. Because life is fast, communication is different. People have preferences and choices. How about education? Do you remember chalkboard? I love being around old people because when I'm around my kids and I say stuff, they're like, y'all always for dead people, Mom. So if you have a Yahoo email, I'm just saying. Education. We started with the chalkboard, we went to one of those weird looking projector things. Now the kids from birth have a tablet. They're 2 and they're like, programmed an app. Shopping. You know, Amazon delivered the fastest order this past year. Somebody ordered a bag of coffee, it was delivered in how many minutes? Anybody know? 4. Google Assistant says, would you like me to schedule a restaurant appointment for you? Would you like me to make a reservation? We're this close to walking in the house and saying, damn, air conditioner's broke again. And Google Assistant is going to be like, would you like me to schedule a repairman? Yes? What day works? Monday? Hang on, let me find the closest HVAC company. I found 3 results for AC repair in Orlando, Florida. 4 of them have reviews over 40 with a 4.8 star average. Would you like me to place a call? Yes? Which one? The first one? This is cool. Everything I learned from Siri and Alexa's accident. Like, what are you talking? What do you mean? Spy? The way people refer has changed. It used to be ladies that dropped their kids off at school and they sat on the block with their coffee and they were like, girl, I found this tool company down the street and it's great, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't work like that now. Now it's on Facebook. Hey, Mom, I got a referral for you. Here's a link. Let me share it from your website to somewhere else. In order for us to win, we got to keep up the pace. Did I say pace? Okay, that works. We have to keep up the space of our website to make sure it works for everyone. Okay, you get my drift. We have to keep up the pace. I love working in this industry because it's so far behind it makes us look good because we can make progress fast. It wasn't actually a dig. It was just a little slider. We got to be able to change. We've got to change, which means we have to do an accurate self-assessment. Really, my website is great. What do you know about websites? Nothing. I know it's working. How? Do you have call tracking on it? Are you recording your calls? No. Do you have lead forms? No. Do you have a chatbot? No. What are you saying? Why are you talking? We have to be able to self-assess. We have to be able to have a realistic conversation with ourselves and say, is what I'm doing working? Is this the right behavior? Is this the right thought? You know, the world is not the same to all of us, right? Fundamentally, all I have to do is see the world different, and fundamentally, the world will change. Does that make sense? If I have 2 people, same product, same service, same everything, one person's like killing it and making progress every single month, month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, this is exciting, what's next? And I have somebody with the exact same math and they're like, I'm never doing anything, this is not working. Which personality serves them better? First one. It's easy to be speculative. It's easy to be the devil's advocate. It's easy to be the pessimist. That's easy. That's weak. What I want to see is I want to see people be optimists. I want people to look for what's working, do more of it. What's next? What am I not doing yet I need to be? Let's talk about that. And what's not working? Do I have the systems in place to measure it so that I can move it to something that is? Is that fair? We got to be able to score ourselves. All right. Part of that process means we need to do an annual assessment. Not annual. When this becomes a lifestyle, it's way more than annual. Keep doing, start doing, stop doing. We got to figure out everything from the way we think, what we do, the way we react, the meanings we apply to things. 2 people get sued. One person's like, well, call the attorney, take care of it, keep moving. The other person's like, oh my God, what do I do? This is a disaster. Which one serves the other one better? First one, just relax, chill, we got this. I was gonna tell, see, butterflies. I was gonna tell you about my mom, what she said. I totally forgot the end of that statement, not a long time ago. When I told my mom I was starting a business, she was like, hey Jen, that's gonna suck. This is totally not fun. You're probably gonna be broke. Don't ask me for money, but have fun doing it. That's it. For me, it was easy. I was warned in advance, this is not fun. This is not all fun and games. But smile through it. Don't let me see you do anything but smile through it. Because if you do, you'll attract people just like you. You'll attract good people. You'll attract people who care, who are ethical. You'll attract people who want to win. You'll attract people who are positive. You'll attract people just like you. We attract that which we are and nothing different. If we want to be successful, who has to be successful around us? We do. We do. You can only attract what you are. You've got to change yourself. It is not the world around you that is causing your current result. It is only you. Same with myself. Take full responsibility. HLAs. We've got to understand what a high leverage activity is. Now I'll tell you, I haven't even got to where we're going. If you don't know where you want to go, what you want your life to look like, what you want your business to look like, this is going to be hard. So we'll get there. But in the meantime, a high leverage activity is something that's taking me closer to where I want to be. A low leverage activity is something that's squandering and ruining my time. It's removing me from the very place I want to reside. And we need to know the difference. We have those friends, right? Just walk by and go, LLA. Your problems are not my problems. Serious, you know people that are low leverage activities. Delete. And don't be sad. Like we could have a big long conversation and spend a whole bunch of time at the bar talking about it. Don't be sad, just stop. I'm on a mission. I gotta go this way. I have to have people on a similar mission. I gotta surround myself by positivity. I cannot sit in procrastination versus production. I cannot sit in perfection versus production. You guys have to move fast. I've seen how y'all react to website projects. It's not always the agency's problem. Just throw that out there. Okay? That is a truth you told yourself. It's not like gravity. It's not always real. Nothing is perfect in a place that's always changing. How long do you guys think a website lasts? 18 months max. Before the technology is history. And you have to have a new one. The technology has to be replaced. We used to have things like HTML5, gone, doesn't exist. Flash websites, doesn't exist. You used to be able to throw up an HTML or a PSD file, doesn't exist. You used to be able to render, we'll just leave it at that. The technology is gone every 18 months. So if you take 12 months to build a website and it only lasts 18 months, who's serving themselves well? That's a bad day. You have to be fast. It's not going to be perfect. But people who are successful perfect it as they go. They take action quickly. If you know it's going to take some tail whippings, if you know it's going to be hard, don't get beat up on a sideline. Don't sit down and take a tail whipping. Stand up and be in the game. You got to be quick. You can't wait till it's perfect to launch. Launch, keep perfecting, launch, keep perfecting, measure results, do something more, do something different. Do more of what works, stop what's not working, reallocate it to something that is, and keep asking, what's next? Everyone in here cares deeply about you. I've heard all the presenters. They care. But no one in here will care more about your business than you do. This is an equal playing field, an equal supper table. Everyone has to come to the table with more than an appetite. You can't expect me to babysit you through the process. Everyone's got to come to the table and say, I want to win, I'm here. I'm going to pick up the call, let's have a strategy session, let's talk, let's get to the next result. I'm not going to perfect it. Let's go live and we'll do it as we go. We worry about the wrong things, they drive us backwards. Why? Because time is the only thing I can't buy or get more of. I can't get it. It's something I can't create. All right. Back to my mentors program. Clarity. We have to have it. How do you wrap yourself around something that's not clear? So he made me sit in this room continually until I came up with what my clarity statement was. I was 22. 22-year-olds are not that bright. I might have been an EE, but still this was an FF project for me. This was very, very difficult. So I had to sit in this room and I had to think, what is my why? I kept coming back to, I don't freaking know, I'm 22. I don't know. And And finally one day we got into it and had a conversation. I was like, I don't know. All I know is I want the ability to choose without restriction. He was like, write it down. Dude, how could it be that hard? Dang. You're stressing me out for like 8 months. I could have said that from day one. He said, but you didn't. So my why, my clarity, is I don't know. I know one thing. I want to create the ability to choose without restriction. I want some freedom. I don't know. But I want the ability to choose without restriction. And every single thing I focus on is to create just that. Every single thing I dedicate myself to, all the sleep I miss, the money I spend, the things I do, my commitments I make, because I want that freedom to choose. I know exactly what that is. So when someone comes and they're like, Jen, hey, I got a company that's willing to pay you $150,000 a year for consulting. You only have to meet with them once a month, full day. You know what I say? No. I'm not going to trade my time for money. I'm building a machine, a system. You guys are entrepreneurs. You either work in the business or you work on the business. You either are acting as an owner or you're acting as an employee. If you don't have clarity as to what you want your life to look like, you won't be able to clearly decide which one of those roles you choose